Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Regular Beer Reviews, where regular doesn't refer to the beers being reviewed, but to the reviewer, myself. I'm Jesse, and tonight I'm going to be reviewing a beer that I've never had before. This is another one from the Sam Adams Seasonal Variety Pack, obviously for spring. Now, I've never had this beer. I'll be honest, I'm not super excited. Just pecan porter, that sounds pretty good. But maple pecan porter, it says right here, beer brewed with maple syrup and natural flavors added. Now, natural pecan flavors added. I mean, I love beers with natural hazelnut flavors added. Pecans, that sounds pretty good too. But maple syrup, I don't know. I'm not sure what that's going to be like. So, I'm going to try to go into it with an open mind, and let's see what it's all about. Here are the numbers on it. Beer Advocate gives it an 82, which is good, and that's with 528 ratings. Rate Beer gives it a 91 overall, with a 90 for the style, so those numbers are pretty damn high. The Bros have not had this beer. It has an ABV of 5.6%, a rotating availability. Sorry, the availability is rotating. The style is obviously an American porter. I'm not sure what the IBUs on this beer are. Yeah, but and if you didn't know, Sam Adams is the Boston Beer Company out of Boston, Massachusetts. So let's read the description it has here on the beer. It says, sweet New England maple syrup and a distinct pecan note define this balanced porter. The roasted character of our blend of malts complements the maple sweetness with hints of coffee and chocolate. Reddish black in color, this full-bodied brew has a sweet and slightly nutty finish. Cheers. And on Rate Beer it says a nutty, syrupy porter that just reeks of New England. So I liked that. But anyway, hopefully this is pretty good. Again, maple syrup. I don't like really sweet beers, and this might not be really sweet, but I mean, I guess if they can really capture the flavors of maple without making it overly sweet, it should be pretty good. But I don't know. When I think of maple syrup, beer is not something that comes to mind. So I don't know. I'll have to see for myself here. It pours beautifully. I mean, that looks really, really nice. All right, we got a nice dark, very dark, almost black, very dark mahogany brown, very dark. Not a lot of whole light coming through it, but what's coming through, I'm seeing, it looks, even though it is so dark, I mean, I can see, it looks like it's kind of clear. I mean, even though it is so dark, I mean, like, I can see where the light comes through. I mean, I can see my hand through the other side, so there's some clarity to it there. It's very dark. There seems to be a good amount of carbonation streaming up. I'm seeing very tiny bubbles all around the sides. It had about what was maybe a finger, half finger, now is about half, quarter finger head that seems to be dissipating pretty quickly. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get a nose on this. I mean, picking up a little bit of sweetness that I might contribute to maple. Mainly, this just smells like a porter with those dark roasty malts. I mean, usually a lot of porters, they have a sweetness there contributed by the malts that isn't all that different from this. I can pick up a little bit of maple. Definitely some nuttiness in there. Okay, well, maybe a little more maple. A little more maple on the end there. It is definitely smells sweet, but I'm picking up some nuttiness there. No hops whatsoever. Maybe some dark fruit and like really sweet, like prunes or something. And excuse me, and maybe like some like cinnamon or something. Yeah, it smells all right. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Definitely tasted maple on the flavor, but it is also super roasty. It's not overly sweet though. It's not really sweet, so I can taste the maple but without all the sweetness. It's super roasty. So actually, because there is some sweetness there from the maple, but the sweetness really does. It balances very, very well with the bitter roastiness of the malts. I'm tasting chocolate, coffee, maybe like a little caramel or something. Um, the maple's definitely there. There's a very strong nuttiness too from the pecans. Um, that's actually pretty damn good. It's not like I was thinking like super sweet because of the maple, but and there is definitely a sweetness there, but it balances really, really well with the bitterness from those super dark roasty malts. The malts are very, very roasty. There's almost a little bit of a smokiness there. That's actually a lot. That's a hell of a lot better than I was thinking it was going to be. That balances really, really, really well. I mean, that's a very well balanced beer. And this is would be a really good dessert beer. It has a very thick mouthfeel for a porter. I would almost, just from the mouthfeel, take this for like a stout or something. It is definitely more carbonated than a stout, but it has that thick, thick mouthfeel. And the the roastiness of the malts is very nice. I mean, again, almost smoky. Um, they're very mellow. I'm definitely picking up chocolate and a little bit of coffee and some caramel. And I mean, there's a sweetness there that's very nice. There's some dark fruit in the flavor, like raisins or prunes. Especially the back end. The back end, I mean, it's like prunes, like a really sweet prunes. That's definitely there, but it's nice. It is very nice. This is a good beer. It's better than the maple. The sweetness of the maple really, really works with the bitterness from those dark malts. I mean, that is a really, really tasty beer. And again, there's a slight smokiness factor there that's very enjoyable. I'm liking this beer like way, way more than I thought I was going to. Excuse me. This is a really, really good porter. I really like this. Mm, that's tasty. That is tasty. I'm enjoying this. This is a really, really good beer. I'm going to give Sam Adams Maple Pecan Porter, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. This is a really, really, really good beer. I did not think it was good. This is really, really good, man. That maple is stunning. I mean, it is really balancing with those dark roasty malts nice. I mean, very nicely. And I'm loving that again, it's like a smokiness from the roasted malts, and it's balanced. It's almost like when you have bacon. Bacon's nice and smoky, and you put it in maple syrup. You have like pancakes or something, and you dip the bacon in the syrup. That's almost what this reminds me of. I mean, the flavors aren't nearly as deep as that by any means. I mean, there's definitely a lot of flavor there, a lot of deep flavor, but it's not like the malts. There's that malty. It's still beer. You can tell it's beer. It's not like I mean, oh God, what's that beer Rogue put out? It's like a it's like a peanut butter donut something beer. I don't know, but everyone. I mean, all the reviews I've seen on that and everything, everybody talks about it. It's basically like a gimmick beer, and it's just so over the top. And that's what, honestly, maple pecan. That's what I thought this was gonna be. This this is really nice. This balances well. Drinkability's up there. I mean, I could drink a lot of these. This would be a good dessert beer or a beer to have for dessert by itself. Excuse me. Um, Drinkability's up there. Sessionability at 5.6%. It's right around where a Budweiser would be. This is a good beer. Excuse me. Oh man, it is carbonated though. It's got me burping a good bit. But yeah, this is a tasty beer, man. I really like this. again, I say if you see maple pecan porter, I don't believe you can get it other than getting the variety pack. But pick up a Sam Adams Spring Variety Pack before, in the next month or two before they're not on the shelves anymore. This is a really, really tasty beer. I mean, I really like this beer. If you like porters, I think you're going to like this beer. If you like stuff that's just different, I think you're going to like this beer. This is a really well-balanced beer. I really like it. So, once again, 9 out of 10 for Sam Adams Maple Pecan Porter. This is a fucking tasty beer, man. They did a good job with this. It's almost like watching those like watching Chopped or something where they give them crazy ingredients and they have to make something good with it. I didn't think maple would work in a beer, and they proved me wrong. This is really, really good. Mm, that is tasty. That is tasty. Thank you for watching. Keep watching again in the future for more reviews. Prost.